Alright, so here's what's going on with this thing. Yesterday I'm out here and I'm trying to get all this stuff cleaned up and done, and the shed is filling up with tools and everything. The other shed is emptying out, so I have room in there again. And I'm thinking about this thing, and I'm going through my mind the whole sequence of events. You know, get the motor, do the compression test. It's got high compression. Try to start the thing. It was hard as hell to pull. Took it apart. Couldn't turn the crank by hand. Stiff as a board. Fighting and fighting with it. We did get it to start that day, but still had problems with this thing being stiff as a board and hard to pull. Well, figured out now the compression was up so high because the cylinders have been honed out and not done very well. So that's going to jack up your compression. The next thing I find out, when I torque these bolts down, swap this piece, but when I torque these bolts down, you can't turn it. When I mocked this thing up, where I had it nice and loose, spun it around with the drill, it almost threw me off that cart I was standing on. It was going so fast, I couldn't hold on to it. It was unbelievable. But then, when I took it off and torqued everything down, you couldn't turn it again. So that's where I'm at. So what I decided to try, took this off, took the taper pins out. And there's a little story behind that. When I first did the swap, I had 4 different taper pins laying here. When I put the 2 back in, I didn't know which ones I was, was I using them from this motor or was I using them from this motor? So they all looked pretty much the same, so I just threw 2 in there. Then torqued it down and this thing stiffened right back up again. So when you look at the taper pin, see how perfectly round the taper pin is and the edge of the hole around the taper pin. After I bolted this back on without the pins, I started putting the pins back in. Well, they weren't having it. They wanted to go in this way, kind of in an angle. So I'm like, huh. And you could see the pin leaning this way as you were tapping them in. So I took a small round file and I started filing off this edge in here. And you can see how now nice and round it is now. So I did that on both of them. They look the same. And they went in. You know, I had to still tap them in. So then I went around with the torque wrench again. And this time, man, everything just torqued up. It was like nothing compared to the other day when I torqued it the last time. The last time, man, I was holding on to this and I was pulling on that thing. And this time I just went around. It was like click, click, click. Had it set at 10 foot-pounds. And I don't know what happened. The torque wrench did something. I don't know. So is this going to work? Like I said, I've swapped these out before. One example, go watch the video, 1978 9.9 outboard rebuild. It was one of the worst POSs you've ever seen in your entire life. And I put a 78, it was a 78 9.9 crankcase on an 80s power head jugs. And it worked like a champ.
Watching your performance.
Get out of here. There goes.
I can't do that.
Anyway, Corey ruined my video. I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm going to say, and he's standing there waiting for me to finish the talk. Anyway, I don't even know where I was at. I think I was at the point to where, is this going to work? I didn't put any more sealer on here. I just mocked it up. I'm not going to use any new gaskets. I'm going to go with the old gaskets again in case this doesn't work. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work. And yes, you're not supposed to, you know, swap this stuff around. But back in the day, I was never told that. And I never had a problem doing it. It was only a couple of times. Like I said, the 78, 9.9, and it's one of the first videos I put up. It was from back in the day. I was using my Kodak Pocket Cam. The pictures were just up to people that wanted to buy it, knew all the work I did. Then I would go out and shoot a little video with that camera. We didn't have camera phones then, which really wasn't that long ago if you think about it. If you did have a camera on your phone, you'd only get about 2 minutes of video because it would eat the battery up so fast. And everybody was using flip phones pretty much by that time. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to mock it all back up. Not mock it, I'm going to build it back up. Is it going to work? Will it hold up? Let's find out, because I got no other choice at this point in time other than test another crankshaft. But I truly believe the problem is in this motor getting hit. It took a hit. It's warped, something along those lines. Boy, you think that old gasket would have blown right off, but no. I'm just scraping all this carbon crap out best I can. So also the other thing too was I talked to Captain Ron, and he's got a Honer, and I had borrowed it for something before, some motor. Never used it. I gave it back to him. Now I need it. But we'll get to that later. Man, I just did a whole bunch of video. Forgot to hit the record button again. I found this one. Same cam. Same number. But this one's a little bit more worn. This one fits. Look. Bing, bang, boom. Everything's the same. I have to swap everything out, leave the kill switch wires in there, they're stiff as a board, but so are these. But this one fits perfect. How nice. And I've been sitting here blackety, 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 blue, goo, 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 and I look over and I'm on standby again. When I said, let me go find something, I hit the off button. So we're back in business. Let me get these swapped out and cleaned up. So I'm going to start on this stuff first. And get these puppies swapped out. Alright, I got it all back together. Oh, anyway, this is all inside here is all greased up with Molly Lube and a mix of the 2-stroke oil. Alright, so I'm going to set these up. This one feels good. Have to be level with the boss right here. That piece of metal. You go down, you don't want to hit it like that. You go up, you don't want to hit that. It has to be one straight shot. That feels pretty good. Do this side. So when I did the tap on the brass retainer thingy-jiggy, I didn't really bang on it hard or anything. It just real light tap. It may have done something. Let's see if we got any. See, nothing is clicking, bobbing. But then if this is too tight, then you know you dented it too far. It's a little snug, but I don't want it real sloppy snug. It feels good. So this thing shouldn't be going wobbling, bobbing up and down any way like that. Good to me. Ew. Ew. Alright, so points. So coming around the high point should be right there. Where is my gabberoonie? I had these things all the way closed. So let's open it up a little bit. Now what I do, you probably saw this before. Boom, right there, see? It's a little resistance. I put it in, I'll do it again. Put it in here, and it's tight, hanging there. Open it up super slow. Boom. Should be right on the money. Come around. Highest point on the cam. Still closed. Open her up. It's in there snug. Boom, right there, started to drop. The fun stuff. Alright, so this thing was missing the O-ring, the second O-ring. I had one. That goes in. And the carbon seal. And boy, again, it doesn't look like I'm going to get that spring on there. Retainer. The spring. The clip. Top spring retainer, and some guts. Push this bad boy on. Still can't get it. Alright, hold on. Where'd my rag go? Get my greasy fingers cleaned off. Try it with the rag. There's one. There's the other one. Greasy fingers, baby. I may have to replace this one more time. Everything runs, and it looks like it's going to be fine. And this may stay good just for a short time. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Hey, let's see. Damn, man, come on, I'm about to pee in my pants. When you gotta go, you gotta go. I had to pull this off again. Forgot to put this brass linkage piece on. Fun, fun, fun. I don't have the shifter in, so I can't roll it. I'm not gonna go full throttle anyway, you know. What else? Fuel pump is in. I probably could use a zip tie on this carburetor bowl. We'll see if it starts leaking. Get the plug screwed in. Oh man. And the flywheel on. I'm going to just go with the pull start. See what we got. I'm running out of steam. Ah. Oh. Ah. Hey. Oh. Oh, somebody's cooking something. Smells good. Alright, let's pull on it. See what it does. It's going to be tight because of the compression. Plus it's not juiced up. Let me hook up this kill switch. Get some gas in it. Just see if we can get it to fire without hooking all the water and everything up. I'm running out of steam and time. It's starting to get cloudy. I got a big mess to clean up. So like I've been saying, the motor, whoa, baby's under pressure, should do the work, just like it did that day. But it couldn't pull any gas that day because of the big crack. Oh, I'm gonna have to hold this choke by hand. Oh, it's sticking again. That's good. Oh, I gotta put the needle in. There's 1.5. Get this hose on real quick. Yeah. Hey. All right, so just before the first, let me back it up just a hair. Before the first mark on the cam, just as my roller moves in, see this thing, it's got a little slop in it. Alright, that's close enough. Right before the 2 marks, hits the middle of the 2 marks, butterfly starts to open. Pump it up. I probably should have threw a little bit in the cylinder just to get everything juiced up, but we'll see. Shit. Another rocker here. Oh yeah, that was good pull. It's juicing up. See there? Wow. That's almost normal. What am I missing? Choke. Gotta suck some fuel up there. Stuff a rag in it. It's gonna fire. See that? Yeah, it's getting fuel. It's gonna be loud too. Come on, baby. Look, see, it's getting wet. Might be too wet now. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. Ooh. Didn't have to break my ass pulling it either. I was way up too high for start position because I have no linkage over here stopping the throttle. Sounded pretty good. All right, I've had enough. My back is killing me. I gotta eat. I got a giant mess to clean up. I got rain coming. I'll do this tomorrow in the morning. Get the water set up.
Oh yeah, baby, next time on this old outboard.
I'm gonna pull it without choking it. I'm not gonna kill myself.
Oh yeah, baby, you know the channel.